One actor whose fitness journey I greatly admire is Chris Pratt's. We all know him as the hunky lead in the Guardians of the Galaxy series. But Chris Pratt didn't exactly shoot to stardom overnight. In fact, at one point, he was living out of his van. Again, the road to success is never an easy one, no matter the career choice. But Chris Pratt never gave up. He persisted. And that persistence clearly paid off when the struggling actor was cast as the lovable goof Andy Dwyer in the hit series Parks and Recreation. His character was someone that we could all relate to, at some point or another. However, Andy Dwyer was also, shall I say this nicely, a schlub, albeit an absolutely adorable schlub, one who you'd feel comfortable having a beer with, or a cup of coffee if that's more your speed. However, no one could accuse him of being in the best of shape. Again, total lovable schlub. But as the show grew in popularity, so did the demand for Chris Pratt. But as they say, every rose has its thorn. For Chris, the rose came from the form of auditioning for the lead role in G.I. Joe: Rise of the Cobra. Unfortunately, the thorn was sharp, as he was practically laughed out of the room for not being in good enough shape. He was told that no one would buy him as an intimidating tough guy. Ultimately, the role went to Channing Tatum. This was a life-changing moment for Chris. He had every right to wallow in sadness, but held his head up high. He was determined to make a change to his physical appearance. No longer would he be a schlub with a protruding beer belly. Chris started by changing up his diet. Beer? Gone. Sweets? In the garbage. Trips to the pub were replaced with trips to the gym. Chris began to document his workout achievements on social media. Fans noticed. Fans commented. Fans were motivated. As word spread, the studios were being told of a new and improved Chris Pratt. The on-screen schlub was turning into a buff, chiseled star. It was only a matter of time before Marvel and the big screen came calling. Hoping to launch a new franchise, they had their sights set on Chris for the lead role in Guardians of the Galaxy. As we all know, that choice clearly paid off, but it was a risky one at the time. Pratt had never headlined a movie, let alone one that carried such a huge price tag. But Chris buckled down and gave the role of Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, everything he had. That also included amping up his workouts to get into superhero shape. Chris continued to document his journey on social media. It was inspiring. It was motivational. It was a call to action for those of us who were looking for that extra push in our fitness goals. I, for one, changed up my diet upon seeing the newly sculpted abs of Chris Pratt. But much like his success as an actor, it didn't happen overnight. It took months of determination, sweat, hard work, and a strong mindset. And boy, oh boy, did it pay off. Well, what exactly did Chris do to earn his new physique? Let's dive in, explore his workout routine, and see what got Chris Pratt absolutely jacked. And who knows, maybe we can incorporate some of his routine into our own fitness plan. Now, in the case of Chris Pratt, his goal was to pack on muscle while at the same time trimming his figure. So let's literally start at the top and work our way down. His upper body. He'd start by going on a 10-minute jog to loosen things up and get warm. Basically, he ran a mile to get the juices flowing and wake his body up. All for that. Not messing around, the guy went right into deadlifts. 4 sets of 10. And yes, I know, I said we'd start with the upper body, and we are. But deadlifts also help define the quads and hamstrings while bulking up our lats and forearm flexors. It's a great workout is what I'm saying. Okay, next on the list, pull-ups. They're grueling. They're intense. They're also fantastic at building upper body strength. Biceps, back, abs all get sculpted with pull-ups. In Chris's case, he hammered out 4 sets of 10 before moving on to lateral pull-downs. What's a lateral pull-down, you may ask? Basically, you sit on a bench, reach up, grab the bar, and pull down until the bar is parallel with your chin. However much weight you want to add is up to you. Don't overdo it, though. We want to build muscles, not pull them. Again, Chris knocks out 4 sets of 10 with these pulls. After catching his breath, he moves on to hammer strength rows. I know, that sounds intimidating. It's not though. We're once again pulling as though we're rowing. This exercise primarily targets the lats and mid-back area. It also gives the biceps and rear shoulders a little boost too. At this point in the workout, it's safe to say we're loose. We're warm. The blood is flowing and the heart is pumping. We're in this for the long haul. So what's next? The heavy dumbbell row. 4 sets of 12 to be exact. This also helps to thicken the back while giving the abs and biceps some love too. Mind you, this whole routine may not be for you. We're simply covering the ways in which Chris Pratt got extremely shredded. Okay, now that we've done our rowing, it's on to the curling section, specifically hammer curls. We're going to do 3 sets of 12 for these. And yep, these primarily target the biceps, giving them size and strength while also providing wrist stability. Sticking with the biceps, we'll move on to barbell curls. Same deal as the last one, except we're using a bar. This also helps build up elbow strength. And although we're focusing on weight training, a huge part of getting into Chris Pratt shape involves a healthy diet. A healthy diet can be a fun diet though. Think of it as a chance to try out new foods, cook some different things. It'll make that cheat day feel even better. Because let's face it, we've all had cheat days that turn into cheat weeks, which turn into cheat months, and that's exactly why we're watching videos on how we can transform. Not just our figure, but our mindset. Okay, I'm stepping down from my pedestal and getting back to all things Chris Pratt. Now that we've done our curls, it's on to planks. The dreaded planks, which can make 30 seconds feel like an eternity. But that's okay. After all, this is working out. Okay, so we've planked, and we're feeling all the burn as we get that much closer to our own version of a Chris Pratt body. And we don't need to look exactly like him. We're all different shapes and sizes. What's important is that we feel good about ourselves and confident that we can set out to achieve our goals. But I digress. We've gotten the 30-second plank out of the way. Let's continue to shred by doing sit-ups. 3 sets of 25, working the core. It's a great feeling. And since we're on the upper body, it's time for the good old-fashioned bench press. We all know what this does. Pecs, triceps too. And if you're using free weights, it's highly recommended to make sure you have a spotter. With that, our upper body routine is complete. Reminder, this didn't just happen for Chris Pratt. The guy struggled for a long time with his weight and ultimately set his sights on a healthier lifestyle, one that he's maintained to this day. But he works at it every week, and he doesn't give up. Instead, he shares his journey with the rest of us so that we can be inspired and motivated.
But hey, it doesn't matter. I finished, I did every rep, and I worked hard. I'm clearly sweating, and I invite you to do the same thing.
They say the hardest part about losing weight is keeping it off. This is true. Like I said earlier, a proper diet is key to maintaining a healthy physique. Working out with weights is just icing on the cake. The sugar-free cake, if you will. Okay, since we've got the upper body covered, we'll need to throw in a lower body workout. Leg day. Chris also starts out with a 10-minute jog before going into back squats. 4 sets of 10. Right off the bat, he's feeling the burn. It's all business as we switch over to the leg press. Once we're through with that, it's weighted lunges, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're lunging with weights in each hand. You're gonna feel it, but you're gonna feel fantastic afterwards. Literally one step at a time, which is the perfect way to describe this fitness journey. It's not a sprint. We're all gonna move at our own pace, a pace which we're comfortable with. Okay, after lunging, we're gonna keep the weights close by, as now it's time for some kettlebell straight leg deadlifts. Once those are out of the way, Chris wraps up his lower body workout with a series of standing calf raises. Yes, everything I just mentioned for you is intense. It's grueling. You're gonna sweat a lot. But if you're determined and you want to see some serious changes in your body and lifestyle, you'll find the discipline to make it happen. You'll find the motivation to make it work for you. You'll find the right balance between working out and diet because you've only got one body and you're in complete control.